Hello and welcome back to another episode on Advice to Youth by Mark Twain. In our previous video, we had seen how Mark Twain had scathingly criticized the double standards present in the society. He specifically focused on the art of lying. He had ridiculed the maxim that held truth as supreme. So let us delve deeper into the essay and find out what the author tells us next. We remember that how towards the end of the paragraph he had stopped at a rhetorical question. What was that rhetorical question? It was, is this truth mighty and will it prevail? He had referred to the statue that was present in Boston, the statue of a man who had earlier claimed himself to be the discoverer of anesthesia. But it has now been discovered that he was not the original discoverer of anesthesia, but he had stolen it from someone. But the statue had remained. So he asks whether this truth that has now come to light, that the statue of this man is not justified to stand there because he was not the real discoverer. So he asks whether this particular truth be mighty, powerful enough to prevail, to remain. Now, he indicates that it will not be known to the next generation. Why? Because the statue will remain, and the people who have perhaps discovered this truth will not be able to convey this truth to the next generation. So he's certain about it, but he still leaves no room for speculation. He, in the very next paragraph, starts saying, "Ah, no, my hearers, the monument is made of hardy material, but the lie it tells will outlast it 1,000,000 years." So he says that the truth will not prevail in front of the statue. That is symbolizing a lie. That statue is made of hard material, which will not be easily destroyed. So he says that the lie that this statue is telling is even more powerful than the material of the statue itself. It will even last for almost 1,000,000 years. An awkward, feeble, leaky lie is a thing which you ought to make it your unceasing study to avoid. So he says that a lie, if you have to tell, it should be mighty and lofty. Such a well executed lie that perhaps a statue will be erected in your honor. But you should always avoid something that is feeble, a feeble, leaky lie that is easily recognizable as a lie, is a thing which you ought to make it your unceasing study to avoid, that is your unending study. So previously also we had seen how he had compared the great art to lying. So here also he continues the metaphor and says that one needs to practice, one needs to study so that they don't make such naive mistakes. Otherwise they will be caught and their reputation will be ruined. Such a lie as that has no more real permanence than an average truth. So he says that a lie which is not well told, it is similar to an average truth. Please note how he equates both lying and truth, and he groups them together as if these two are the same thing. Why? You might as well tell the truth at once and be done with it. So he says if you're not expert in lying, it is better perhaps to tell the truth and get done with it, because lying is not everyone's cup of tea. A well executed lie is not something that everyone can execute or accomplish. A feeble, stupid, preposterous lie, preposterous means absurd, ridiculous lie, will not leave 2 years. So he says that a lie which is not well presented will not outlast centuries, will not remain for a long time. It will perhaps be destroyed in just 2 years, except it be a slander upon somebody. Now this is very, very important. He says that all weak lies, all lies that are known to be false, generally do not prevail for a very long time, except if it is slandering a person's character. Slander is what? It is malicious talk and content about another person, which is generally not true. But the slander will remain. It is the only exception. It is the only lie that remains. It is indestructible. Then of course, but that is no merit of yours. And he very sharply comments that if the slander remains, it is indestructible, it will forever leave a mark on your character or someone's character. But it is not the credit of the liar. It is, slandering is not a well told lie. It does not depend on the person who is saying the lie. It depends on the audience who has an insatiable desire for gossip, right? That is what he points out, that it depends on the eagerness of the audience, that a slander will be circulated, it will be consumed, and it will be talked about. So it does not depend on the skill of the liar, but it depends on the appetite of the listener. A final word: begin your practice of this gracious and beautiful art early. Begin now. So he says this with an urgency. He says that this is high time that you start practicing the art of lying. If I had begun earlier, I could have learned how. He is presenting it as a lost opportunity for excellence. So he says that if he had begun earlier, he could have been excellent at this, but he did not receive the required training at the right time. What do you think about this strange suggestion? Please let me know in the comment section. If you like my work, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more such interesting content. Thank you for watching.